Good morning. Today I did this draw at 6:20 a.m. Today is March 23rd, 2025. The time gives us a 6-2 energy, which is an 8, and the March 23rd gives us a 1-7 energy, which is also an 8. And we have the Four of Swords relating to air, the two major arcanas being the Wheel of Fortune and Justice relating to our seventh house of Libra, and this being Jupiter. And the additional card we get is the Death card relating to the eighth house, Scorpio, all things fixed water. And so what do we have today? Well, the beads of the day, let me get to that. Amethyst for Sunday is for intuition, spirituality, and clarity. Black tourmaline for grounding and protection. Labradorite for psychic inner visions. For selenite, it clears the negativity, and clear quartz amplifies and enhances all of the energies that you may or may not want amplified. So what do we have today? The Four of Swords relating to air and our seventh house, the Wheel of Fortune and Justice, and the seventh house being open enemies. So just keep that part in mind. And it's the widening gyra, the moment of inertia. We have a sea of crossroads underway and completely feel the heartbreak of it all and must deal with our senses of limitations at this time, particularly in the area of communications. We are in a recovery of sorts from what many feel is grief and hardship. And this energy is asking us to remain balanced in our communications and our relationships. We are in a deep emotional shift at this time when it comes to our shared resources, and must now face endings of what we know and understand to pave the way for renewal. Many in a place requiring a sense of support. We are confused. We are in a state of delusion and will shift in 1 week away from that, as our Aries energy, our warrior energy, will definitely start to become more notable, where we will gain proper clarity. Patience is needed. Denying this transformative energy at this time won't be a good thing for you. Be mindful about your expectations. We need to lose the fragmentation of our focus and step into a type of centralized thinking. There are those who are going completely on blind faith and accepting every word as literal truth, whether it is truth or not. The superficial mind at this time is loaded with the delusional and overthinking, feeding the restless mind. There are too many options for some, and we need to learn to be still in this darkness, observing and reflecting before moving forward, where we will find the hidden truths for sure that are holding us hostage and have been for some time. Jupiter is an expansive truth seeker that is obstructed at this time and acting more as a malefic. It has potential to bring ideas, but right now, what we're experiencing is literally a lot of lack of truth telling. And currently, Neptune at 29 degrees is really bringing this to a heightened state of understanding. Saturn manages this at 29 degrees by terms and is having its say on what we are allowed to say. Many of us, highly limited, myself included, I barely can get my work out there. This has created a ripple for all of us, for sure, of what we can say and can't say in a system that naturally desires to resist the truth. But, dear souls, the death card in the 8th house relating to Scorpio and all things related to the truth. And this demonstrates, as you can see, 2 skulls back to back, asking us to look into endings and beginnings, heightening our cycle, our cyclic nature. Our past, which we must release, while the other, facing forward, the emerging image, tells us we must now create new energy and face what lies ahead. What's occurring to us is occurring all over the globe. Not one place is not affected. The bird in the left eye socket reminding us we are capable of intuition and proper vision and can live our lives with such to guide us through these difficult and transformative times. Our bird also symbolizes freedom and renewal, as a bird can just take flight and get away from it. And maybe we need to learn to do that as well. Allowing us to gain perspective and insights and understanding beyond the depths. What are we looking at? Well, we are looking at attachment to material ideals that currently may become quite difficult or unavailable or expensive, if you will. Relying on a system to cover our every need, perhaps not so safe and not such a good idea. And if you're unwilling to adapt, you may find the consequences of holding on. There are so many aspects of entrenchment, moral superiority, and resistance to change. Many in disagreement, if you happen to have a marginalized way of being, a marginalized lifestyle. Myself, I have autistic spectrum disorder. Many with stunted personal development that may lead to a survival crisis. Now, I'm not saying people with autism have done this. I'm saying that we are kind of the target as a marginalized group and must be mindful. This is causing inflammatory ways of being, which I know myself, I've been quite uncomfortable, and I am continuously attacked if I share any of my truth-seeking ideas, but have learned to act with emotional detachment, to view what is being said as noise from a cult that is less than qualified educationally to tell me what is happening. Coping is difficult at this time. But by setting boundaries and letting go of what is beyond your control, you will gain the inner harmony and peace that all of us need and are seeking at this time. And no, this isn't going to be pretty. We have a system that is going to send us into inflationary times that likely we can't afford. But with that, this is where a certain number of us desire to go, not myself so much, because I'm more about shared resources. I'm more about shared ideas and shared higher consciousness. But with that, please do like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments. Tell me how you're impacted in this very difficult time. Do you have a marginalized way of being? Many of us do. And those of us who are marginalized are the targets of this very sinful, evil energy. With that, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me here today.